stories yet untold of Old Hal riding through the dust in days of brave and bold, a cowboy with a deputy star, a legend of the range, chasing outlaws, crossing rivers, through sunshine, storm, and change. From roads to Saint Denis, through the swamps and rolling plains, he rode where honest folk would call, and stood through wind and rain with Cornwall, Diego, Walter too. And beagle wise and true, there's laughter, loss, and daring deeds in every trail they knew. So stoke the fire and pour a drink, let the old trail song begin. For the ballads of Ol Hal come riding on the wind. The day Hal rode into roads, the dust hung thick and red, with a weather-beaten Stetson and the miles he'd left for dead. The townsfolk watched in silence as he tied his pony down. Then he met Sheriff Cornwall, the proudest man in town. Sheriff Cornwall stood tall as an oak, with a badge upon his chest, a hard-eyed lawman known around the county as the best. He said, "Boy, if you're staying, then you'll earn your keep out here." And Hal tipped back his hat brim and said, "That's why I'm here." Oh, sing of roads and dusty roads beneath the evening sun, of Sheriff Cornwall's steady hand and lessons yet begun, of the cowboy turned lawman learning right from wrong. For the tales of Ol Hal were just beginning in this song. They trained him for store robberies in a house long left to rot, an abandoned shack beyond roads where the prairie grass grew hot. They'd storm through doors and clear the rooms and practice every day, till Hal could spot a bandit before he'd get away. The deputies would laugh and joke when the drills were finally through, swapping stories by the campfire as the evening breezes blew. There was one old corporal known for drinking whiskey by the pail, a man who'd never met a bottle he was willing to let fail. But one night that old corporal staggered from the firelight glow, muttered nature's calling boys, and wandered nice and slow. He aimed upon the campfire while the deputies all grinned, expecting smoke and hissing sparks to scatter in the wind. But the whiskey in his blood had reached a level rarely seen, and when a stream hit them coals, Lord, the strangest sight there'd been. A blue flame shot skyward and lit his britches from behind, while 20 grown men hit the dirt from laughing half blind. Sheriff Cornwall shook his head and said, I've seen some foolish things, but never watched a man ignite himself while watering the springs. And Hal near split a rib that night from howling at the scene, a memory he'd carry long wherever he might roam. Oh, sing of roads and dusty roads beneath the evening sun, of Sheriff Cornwall's steady hand and lessons yet begun. From robber drills to campfire tales that still bring laughs along, that's how old Hal started the trail that made him legend in song. I first met him alone on a cold autumn day. The wind through roads carried troubles her way. She laughed through the hurt that she tried hard to hide, and somewhere along the trail she got deep inside. We'd sit by the station as the daylight grew dim, talking of hopes and the chances gone thin. She called me a friend, and Lord, that was enough. Though the feeling I carried was far stronger than love. Oh, Malone, sweet Malone, you'll never know how my heart rode beside you wherever you'd go. I never spoke the words, I just stayed near, a silent shadow standing through every year. There were nights she was broken and days she was warm, times when her whole world seemed battered and torn. I'd listen for hours while she fought through the pain, then settle back up and do it all again. I never asked questions she didn't want said, just stood watch beside her while demons filled her head. Some men buy flowers, some men buy rings. I gave her my loyalty and all that it brings. Then came Enzo, a hot-blooded fool, the kind of hard man who mistakes rage for cool. One night his temper got the better of him, and a gunshot rang out through the street lights dim. The bullet found me where I stood in the way, trying to keep darkness from carrying her away. I hit the dirt hard as the crowd gathered round, but But the first thing I searched for was her in the crowd. Oh, Malone, sweet Malone, you'll never know how my heart rode beside you wherever you go. I never spoke the words, I just stayed near, a silent shadow standing through every year. Maybe it wasn't love, maybe I was wrong, maybe just a friendship that had carried too long. But every sunrise found me hoping to see that smile she never knew meant everything to me. The years rolled onward like wagons through dust, and life has a way of leaving dreams to rust. I never told Malone what lived in my chest. I buried those feelings with all of the rest. Yet if I had one trail to ride once again, I'd still be her partner, her confidant, her friend. For some hearts find happiness not in what's won, but in standing beside someone beneath the setting sun. Oh, Malone, sweet Malone, you'll never know how my heart rode beside you wherever you'd go. The words stayed unspoken, but the truth remains clear. I'd have crossed every desert just to keep you near. Oh, Malone, sweet Malone, as the cold winds blow, there's a piece of my heart still riding with you home. Down in roads where the red dust blows and the oak trees gently sway, the Lemoyne Sheriff's Office kept the outlaws all at bay. And among those deputies was a cowboy named Hal, who found his finest years riding with that crowd of pals. There was Beagle with a quick draw grin, and Walter full of tales, and Malone whose steady courage never once seemed frail. Together they'd ride the county roads from dawn until the night, making sure the folks of Lemoyne could sleep safe and right. Oh, those were the good times at the LSO, badge on the chest and the wheels rolling slow, friends by your side and a purpose to know. Those were the days when Hal's heart seemed to glow. Through the swamps and the They chased horse thieves through the back roads and robbers through the rain, tracked moonshiners in the bayou and brought 'em back in chains. There were long nights at the station and patrols beneath the stars, and stories told at shift change that could fill 100 bars. The townfolk knew the deputies and greeted them by name. For every man and woman they respected what they became. No matter what the trouble was, they'd answer every call. And if one deputy got knocked down, the others stood up tall. Then came a day in Rhodes when the office gathered round. As Sheriff Cornwall called for silence and a hush fell on the crowd, he pinned new corporal stripes upon young Hal's proud sleeve, a promotion fairly earned through years of loyalty and deeds. Beagle cheered the loudest and Walter raised a glass. Malone wore a smile as the celebration passed. The station rang with laughter and handshakes all around. One of those perfect moments that forever would be found. Years may pass and trails may part and seasons drift away, but memories of those days still shine as bright today. Of friends who rode together and stood through thick and thin, and made ordinary moments feel like legends once again. Oh, those were the good times at the LSO, riding beside Beagle down roads they all knew. Walter telling stories while Malone saw them through, and Hal wore his corporal stripes, proud and true. Through the swamps and the pine woods, wherever they'd roam, the Lemoyne Sheriff's Office was more than a home. Ask old Rhodes what years shine brightest, and they'll tell you so. They were the good times at the LSO. So raise one for the deputies and the friendships they would sow. For some of life's best treasures aren't silver, but the people that you know. And if you ask about Hal and the happiest years he'd know, they'll point toward Rhodes and smile and say, the good days at the LSO. Rhodes there stood a deputy whose years were plain to see, a badge worn thin from service and a life of loyalty. He'd ridden through the hard times and the calm that followed through, and every board within that office knew the prints of Hal's old boots. He trained the fresh-faced deputies who came through every year, show them how to track a trail and push aside their fear. One by one they learned the ropes beneath his watchful eye, never dreaming some would be say goodbye. Oh, the badge they took away was more than silver shine. It was every mile he'd ridden and every year of time. It was family built through laughter, hardship, blood and tears, and it broke a little piece of him they'd spent so many years. Then came the day that changed it all. In less than half a breath, a moment where a choice would carry consequences yet. He stepped inside the sheriff's office and froze at what he'd seen. The secretary held hostage in a desperate, dangerous scene. A gun was pressed against her side, the outlaw wild with fear. And every second stretched like hours as danger lingered near. And thunder split the silence and shots rang through the hall. The secretary fell wounded and Hal took one as well. Still he made the choice he had to, though the cost would haunt him still. A split-second decision made through duty and through will. The smoke hung thick around them as the echoes slowly died, and nothing in that office would ever be the same inside. The room fell still and silent as the deputies rushed in. A tragedy measured afterward, where no one truly wins. For every choice has echoes, and every action leaves a mark. And soon the judgment came for him like thunder in the dark. Oh, the badge they took away was more than silver shine. It was every mile he'd ridden and every year of time. It was family built through laughter, hardship, blood and tears, and it broke a little piece of him they'd spent so many years. The hardest part wasn't leaving, it wasn't turning in the gun, it wasn't watching all the work of countless years come undone. It was looking across the table at faces that he knew, men and women he'd once trained, who now had painful work to do. They couldn't meet his eyes much as the verdict was declared, for everyone among them knew how much he'd always cared. No anger filled the room that day, no hatred and no blame, just heartbreak hanging heavy over every single name. Oh, the badge they took away was more than silver shine. It was the best years of his life, stretched out across the line. And though he rode away that day with tears he couldn't hide, the spirit of that office still rode with him by his side. from Rose. Head hung low and heart broke down beneath those heavy loads. But a cowboy's made for riding, not for sitting feeling blue. And before too long, the RLA came calling with work to do. They pinned a fresh badge on him and put him back on the trail, tracking stolen livestock and reading every telltale sign. The prairie felt like home again beneath the morning sun, and Hal remembered mighty quick why he'd always loved the run. Pick that banjo, let it ring, hear the cattle driver sing. RLA riding hard from dawn till daylight's gone. The rustlers better run and hide, 'cause justice is on the ride, with Hal and Bowman side by side, bringing stolen cattle home. Bowman rode beside him, steady as an old oak tree, the kind of trail partner every lawman hopes to see. He could spot a crooked hoof print from a mile down the range, and he never lost his cool when the weather turned strange. Together they crossed rivers, climbed ridges high and steep, followed outlaw tracks through valleys where the shadows like to creep. And every rancher smiled when they came riding through, 'cause if rustlers hit your cattle, those two would see it through. There were midnight chases thundering across the open plain, hooves pounding like a drumbeat through the dust and summer rain. Rustlers thought they'd shake 'em in the darkness of the night, but Hal and Bowman stayed behind them till they brought 'em into sight. They'd rope 'em, cuff 'em, haul 'em in, and listen to 'em lie, then return the stolen cattle while the ranchers waved goodbye. There ain't much glory in the work, but every cow recovered meant another honest rancher's future wasn't lost to criminals' band. Pick that banjo, let it ring, hear the cattle driver sing. RLA riding hard from dawn till daylight's gone. The rustlers better run and hide, 'cause justice is on the ride, with Hal and Bowman side by side, bringing stolen cattle home. The RLA became a family, and the trail became his home. A second chapter in his story after years of feeling alone. He found new friends around the fire and purpose in the chase, and once again that old familiar smile returned upon his face. The past still rode behind him, but it didn't lead the way, for there were rustlers left to catch and honest folks to save. Sometimes life gives second chances when you think your road is done, and Hal found one beneath the sky and the bright western sun. Pick that banjo, let it ring, hear the cattle driver sing. RLA riding hard from dawn till daylight's gone. Rustlers better run and hide, 'cause justice is on the ride, with Hal and Bowman side by side, bringing stolen cattle home. Pick it louder, pick it fast, raise a toast to trails that last, to second chances keep the herds moving on. The sun came up on open range, the herd began to move. 1,000 heads stretched out ahead and settled in the groove. Hal rode point with eyes ahead, watching every bend, while bowmen checked the flanks and trails where rustlers might descend. Yelena rode the rear guard, where the dust hung thick and high, keeping strays from breaking loose beneath the western sky. 3 riders and a cattle herd with many miles to roam. Another day upon the trail, another herd headed home. On the drive again, Lord, we're on the drive again. Through the dust and through the rain, pushing cattle down the plain. On the drive again, hear those old cowboys sing. From the sunrise to the stars, we're riding where the longhorns are. The river crossings weren't easy, and the storms could roll in fast. A stampede in the darkness could make a hard night last. But Hal had seen it all before, and Bowman knew it too. And Yelena never backed away from anything they'd do. When nervous cattle started bunching and the thunder filled the air, the 3 of them stayed saddle-bound and showed they didn't scare. The herd would settle down again beneath their steady hand and keep on moving westward through the wild and rugged land. On the drive again, Lord, we're on the drive again. Through the dust and through the rain, pushing cattle down the plain. On the drive again, hear those old cowboys sing. From the sunrise to the stars, we're riding where the longhorns are. Beside the campfire, as the coffee pot would boil, they'd swap stories and laughter after another day of toil. Bowman told the tallest tales, Yelena laughed out loud, and Hal would grin and shake his head while starshine lit the crowd. The cattle lowed out in the dark, the coyotes sang along, and somewhere in the prairie wind there drifted an old song. The kind that's born from saddle leather, hard work, dust and miles. The kind that keeps a cowboy riding through the trial. drive again, through the dust and through the rain, pushing cattle down the plain. On the drive again, on the drive again. Let the banjo ring, let the banjo ring, with Hal and Bowman riding strong, and Yelena singing along. On the drive again, till we bring that herd back home, across the rivers, hills, and bars. We're riding where the longhorns are. On the drive again, on the drive again, on the drive again. Ooh, on the drive again. The evening sun hangs low and red beyond the cypress line. Old Hal rests by a fading fire, with memories on his mind. He's only passing through these parts, a traveler on the way. Yet every mile through Lemoyne's fields brings long gone days to stay. Oh, Lemoyne, sweet Lemoyne, your rivers still run wide, though the years have carried friends away, they still walk by my side. And I hear the voices of old friends carried on the breeze, like ghosts among the Spanish moss, and whispering through the trees. There was Cornwall, tall and fearless, with a rifle by his knee. He'd laugh against the thunderclouds and joke through misery. He swore he'd never leave the state, said he'd die upon that land. But the prairie keeps its secrets well, and fate had other plans. Diego rode from distant shores, a drifter strong and proud. His stories filled the midnight camps and drew a listening crowd. When trouble came, he'd stand his ground, no matter what befell. And many nights beside the fire, we'd hear his old farewell. Oh, Lemoyne, sweet Lemoyne, your rivers still run wide, though the years have carried friends away, they still walk by my side. And I hear the voices of old friends carried on the breeze, like ghosts among the Spanish moss, and whispering through the trees. Walter had a steady hand, the shot around. He'd calm the frightened town's folks' fears without a single sound. The children waved when he rode by. The merchants knew his name. Yet all that's left are weathered stones and echoes of his fame. And Beagle was the wisest one, his mustache as white as snow. He'd sit beside the campfire's glow and share the things he'd know. He spoke of patience, spoke of time, and roads both near and far. And every man who rode with him was better for who they are. Oh, Lemoyne, sweet Lemoyne, your rivers still run wide. Though the years have carried friends away, they still walk by my side. And I hear the voices of old friends carried on the breeze, like ghosts among the Spanish moss and whispering through the trees. And Dusty Road still stands today beneath the southern sun. Its weathered streets and painted fronts recall what came and gone. The wagon tracks have faded now, the crowds have drifted on, yet echoes of those bygone days still linger with the dawn. The telegraph poles hum at night, the trains now rule the plains. The old world that they used to know has vanished with the rains. And every year I find myself returning in my mind to dusty roads and loyal friends the years have left behind. Oh, Lemoyne, sweet Lemoyne, your rivers still run wide. And though the years have carried friends away, they still walk by my side. And I hear the voices of old friends carried on the breeze, like ghosts among the Spanish moss and whispering through the trees. The evening sun hangs low and red beyond the cypress line. Old Hal rests by a fading fire with memories on his mind. He's only passing through these parts, a traveler on the way. Yet every mile through Lemoyne's fields brings long gone days to stay. Oh, Lemoyne, sweet Lemoyne, your rivers still run wide. Those were some of Hal's old tales, from roads to the open range, of badges won and badges lost, and how a man's life can change. He learned that friends are worth more than gold, and love don't always stay. That Every trail must someday end, and every rider finds his way. We learn that pride can lift a man, and hardship make him strong. That family ain't always blood, but the folks who ride along. And though the years rolled by like dust beneath the hooves of all, the greatest lesson Hal had learned was to keep riding through it all. So raise your glass to Ol Hal and let the banjos play. For every winding road he rode, and every yesterday, the storms may come, the trails may bend, the night may sometimes fall, but there's always one more dawn ahead. That's the lesson of Ol Hal. So sing it loud and sing it proud beneath the western sky, for a good man's measured not by loss, but how he lives his life. And when the campfire's burning low and shadows start to crawl, remember there's one more trail ahead. That's the Ballad of Ol Hal. One more trail ahead, one more song to sing, one more sunrise waiting for every cowboy king.